Right.
Eli and Peyton actually was really, I did watch a little bit.
I did watch
They had
that,
George
yeah.
W. Bush on.
Oh, did they really?
And what's his
Guy
face,
Fieri.
the chef?
Yeah,
Guy Fieri, yeah.
Then after that, Derek Carr was on there.
This one I switched after Guy to the broadcast again.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
Hi. I decided to follow you here.
Oh, okay, I
Make
see
certain
that.
what you're doing.
I'm glad you had everything set up for me.
Yeah, not a problem.
Do we have channel 14 here now? What's going on?
What's up in the back?
What's up, Audrey?
I haven't seen you in a long time.
Well,
How's it
I
going?
try to be avoided when I all frosts.
Oh, me?
No, just anyone.
I thought it was the fact, other people trying to avoid you. You're
Right, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
See, kind of like you, the guy who's always made fun of me. I made fun of myself first.
So are you working mornings?
I'm filling in.
Oh.
What are you doing here? Your day side?
I don't really know what I'm doing. I just show up when they tell me to.
Was that a news flash or?
Yeah. I just
You were
show
my
up.
hero. Now I find that I've been following the wrong person all along.
What are you talking about?
You look like you're
Never.
bound for Arctic Adventure
You
already.
need to follow the right people. Sean Lewis, that's the guy.
Stay inside.
Or your wife, maybe? Or-
Yeah, no, yes. Follow her.
Depending on how long this lasts, you're gonna be in the long game.
Okay, that's fine. That is cool.
Yeah, what you need for IV.
I have my earphones, my
Buds.
AirPods.
Yeah.
I don't believe we need to go to this answer, by the way, but I'm still looking for it.
We're having some sort of conference. You think we could get them to give us like a 2-minute warning before we're ready to go?
Where's Octave? There you are.
Hello.
Can you shoot time of day?
So,
Like, I guess, what's the easiest way to tell producers use the spite?
Time of day, because they're recording over there time of day.
Their time, so I just say, like, estimate, okay.
Paul said he was waiting for you, and I said we'd met like twice, but, yeah, good to see you.
5 minutes.
Okay, great. They gave us a 5-minute.
I know, John, you're always in the burbs. Never see you.
And my office is like 2 doors down
I
from
know.
yours, but.
It's funny because it's so rare when someone is in their office, aside from me and Craig.
You and Craig and,
Yeah, sometimes Evan,
Yeah, I'm trying to
sometimes Sarah,
so I'll have you-
but for the most part, it's just us two.
Into,
Tom Hughes seems to
when I
be
try
on.
to transmit.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
list,
he'll always
story-
come in, yeah,
story
yeah.
list and then skip and start. When we first start this press conference, so I'll
But-
have to I'll probably have to
You
come
know,
back
rather,
and do it
you
every
wouldn't come down if you didn't have to either, so.
I agree. No, I agree. That's too much. I did that the first, because I was living with my mom when I first moved back here
Yeah, sure.
in Lake
Yeah.
Forest
Yeah.
for the first
Yeah,
4
but it's not
months.
for some reason.
I just about died.
Coming up and,
I was going back and forth, like, it was horrible.
Yep. Yep.
What time is it?
Yep.
Because we do have night video.
It's
We
very
could, yeah, video,
hot.
big, yeah, so
Really?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's really
that's
early.
a little
It's just,
that I don't know.
I'm just gonna
So
say.
we did it at 10 o'clock last night.
Right, I just saw the piece.
Oh,
So
did you?
they
Okay.
have locator, what is that?
Am I okay
The
with
routine
that?
locator.
Hey, Dante, your microphone.
I don't know.
Oh.
I have to-
No, just, I'll move, I can't stand this.
What's going on, Dante?
We
You want to address that?
What did they find a lawsuit with?
Microphone?
Oh,
I mean, if we do, we
I was
would be
trying to
just
address
going out there to
this.
get a picture of it, and clearly we don't have chopper today, so I don't know.
That's right.
No. Not much out.
Yeah,
Totally, they holding it back.
no.
There are so many things I can say, but I'm not going to embarrass you. So many.
I'm just so glad we're all together. So
Just,
nice.
I just want you to be careful. He's standing behind you.
So close to the
Just
holidays,
be
it really
careful.
makes it special.
Make sure your hair is okay.
Really hard one too. That was a sign.
He tends to be abusive.
Chestnuts.
So no, you want to avoid him.
Oh no.
Careful, you're in the
Goodness.
lawyer's office.
Right.
Are you planning on suing me now? After all these years? You gonna hire the cannon?
You gotta be arrested, right? That was that
No
one.
comment. It might be on YouTube. I might have left you there.
It may still be somewhere on YouTube.
I might have called the police on you. Or I might have been ordering a pizza. I don't know what I was doing.
Like that. Well, I was in
Don't take pictures with my wife and we don't have problems. It's very simple. It's simple.
Happy wife, happy. Might be able to slide it back down a little bit. There you go. There we go.
You gonna tighten it?
Straight up. There we go.
No, he's not gonna do that.
You gonna tighten it or?
No. He's just gonna wait for it to fall down.
I might look at
In the
some-
middle
Never mind.
of it.
Yeah,
And then go,
I
excuse
wrote
me.
I have a
one.
screwdriver if you need
It
one.
works
Oh,
well
okay.
enough, so yeah.
I'm Jasmine. I'm
See,
the
Channel
voice
7's
sound.
prepared
It's
now.
so nice. I was looking at it. I was like, why?
Well, you're upset trying to get drone shot.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yes. It's very nice to meet you.
I'm trying to get clearance.
Franciscan Health and California.
Hello.
It's not like just over the border.
So how long are you staying in
Deep.
Florida?
Well, not that deep.
Because I'm here for a week.
No, just 4 days.
Oh, just 4 days.
Well, the 4th, we get in Friday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So we leave
I'm just
Monday
thinking of-
morning,
Okay.
basically.
Are you going to every Disney
I
park?
know,
too?
Yes.
there's a cell phone.
We love Disney.
Yeah.
Love it.
That was a horror story for
I
me.
don't know how much they use.
I
There he is.
understand
I'm gonna
it's.
set up on this end and shoot this way.
Now we can start.
Scott,
Hey,
hey,
why are you here?
I
Or let me rephrase that, why am I here?
I
if you
don't
were here?
know. Don't know. They said you were 25 minutes away.
Oh, sorry.
They said,
Should I be here? Is there any point in me being here?
I don't know if we're working together or not.
I'm with Megan.
Okay.
So
Then probably not.
I'm gonna call the desk and make sure they know that you're here.
Okay.
Not right now.
You wanna,
Hurry up.
you want my backpack?
Just-
Are you going to
What?
Disney park?
What? Mornings.
Unless they
And
want
mornings
something for
today,
11.
tomorrow, and Thursday.
You know?
Love it. What did you say?
Are you going to multiple parks in one day, or are you just going to
Yeah, you
one
can park hop.
No, I understand that. I'm just, that's what you're doing?
Yeah, we like, look, we're Disney pros.
Oh, really?
Like, we know
Let me hear
exactly
this.
what, like, all the rides, we know what's boring, what's skipped, like, it's, like, our day is fully planned,
Wow.
you know?
Oof.
I might even slide like this.
I can slide
That's perfect.
that. That's good.
Other than that.
Well, you have fun.
Like, Universal,
Yes.
Harry Potter World, oh my gosh,
Oh, it's that exciting?
it's that exciting.
Oh, okay.
To the point where you have to get there like an hour early, go straight all the way back to Harry Potter World so you're the first one in the line, otherwise it'll get packed. And then work your way backwards. You know what I mean?
Wow, you have a technique. You know what my technique was to get out? As soon as I entered, I wanted to leave.
So do you not like roller coasters because you had your kids?
I don't dislike roller coasters, I just don't like Disney.
No.
I have never seen so many miserable people in my life.
What?
Yes, yes, it's a bunch of miserable people in one place. Yeah.
Unless they're childless and okay, and then they're fine.
Thank
But
you.
every person I saw there with children, they were like, the kids were crabby, and mom and dad, or whoever the adults were who spent the money, were mad because they had spent all that money to be there, and the kids were being
They must
crabby.
have not rode the teacups.
Oh, see.
Oh, I wrote the teacups, I was still upset. Thanks, Sean, you broke it down perfect, I don't have to say anything.
I don't understand how you go when you can get into Universal.
Why, I
Like,
don't
how
go
do
to
you, how
Universal?
is Harry Potter World not like the most epic
Okay,
thing?
cool, thanks.
I don't know. You know
And Hagrid's ride, when it dips and then goes backwards, it's like,
Sorry, it's the difference between a 5-star
If you've
hotel.
got this, they're gonna pull me out.
Okay, but they won't. I can't feed anything.
No, I don't think they need, I don't know why they have me feed. But if
You
you,
don't-
if you need
you
help,
don't
I'll
like
say. If
both?
you
Oh,
don't
you
need
like
help,
both.
I'm with the new guy.
Well, do you have another shoot?
Yeah, I've got a new,
And
I've got
then
another
Jurassic
shoot
Park.
with Megan, and I'm training
And
to
then
do
you go
photon.
backwards to get to
So, if
like
you've got it,
Neverland,
got
and
it.
then
If
end
you
on
don't got it, I
Hope.
can stick around.
I've got it.
Good luck.
That's what I'm
Thanks,
saying,
Dave.
that's
You'll do
like
great.
on
How's
the
your
way
wrist?
out,
It's
and usually
broken.
it's empty
Yeah.
by the time
broken,
you're
so-
done
Yeah, it
with
was
it.
sprained yesterday, and then the doctor
So you
called
can
and said.
go over and over and over again.
So,
You see,
That's
there
got
was a
it.
strategy
I've got
to
the chair.
this.
She is here.
Here we go.
Hi, everybody. Sorry about the heat in here, sorry. We'll have you in the middle. We'll have you in the middle. Yeah, you go. Why don't you go first? Hi, how are you? How you doing? Hi, how are you, sir? Thanks, everybody, for coming. I want to introduce you to Mr. and Mrs. Wells, and really want to give them an opportunity to speak to what transpired with them 2 days ago. Obviously, Ms. Wells was expecting her little one, and was excited about that.
Yeah.
And want to have her talk about her pregnancy, what that was like, and what she was looking forward to prior to this whole situation happening.
I had a great pregnancy, actually. A lot of support. We were excited that we had another girl coming. However, once I started going in labor, things took a turn because it was, I started going in labor. I'm feeling all these pains. I'm calling to the nearest hospital at the time we're driving. Get to Franciscan, and I was met with really stern faces, like no welcoming faces as I usually would get when I go to, a hospital or a place of care. So I already had the feeling something wasn't quite right. When I did call ahead, the nurse said, okay, we'll go through ER and we'll see you when you get here. Got there, went through ER. They called upstairs to labor and delivery, and they came down maybe 15 minutes later to get me. I go upstairs, they roll me upstairs. They put me in a room that's not a labor and delivery room. So it was already like not a room that I was ready to actually deliver my child in. So I told them I was 10 minutes apart with my contractions. By the time I got upstairs, it was about 8 minutes apart, my contractions. The nurse came in, she said, okay, let me check you. She checked me 3 centimeters apart. Then she said, okay, I'm gonna check you again in about 2 hours, and if you haven't progressed, then we'll just send you home. So she already had it in her mind to send me home. I didn't think much of it because I'm like, I'm having this baby right now. I'm not going home. But she definitely was gonna make sure that she sent me home, because as soon as she came back, she's like, oh, how's it going? I'm like, I was on a monitor. My contractions began to get closer. She told me, well, take a walk. I took a walk. My contractions began to get to 6 centimeters, from 8 to 6, from 6 to 5, all the way down to 1 shortly after. And I was in excruciating pain. She seen me in pain and agony. And I guess she still perceived me to not be in labor, because upon returning to the room, she's like, well, if you're not further along in your centimeters, then, we gotta send you home. So I said, I know I can't go home. I can't have this baby at home. It was hard to even deal with a person that was so no empathy. She didn't show any care as a usual nurse would. It was hard for me to even deal with that, but I couldn't focus on her. I'm just focusing on getting through the process of labor. It's hard to think about right now. I just don't understand how, as a licensed healthcare worker, you could turn someone to the door to leave that's in excruciating pain. It's essentially like I was stripped of my dignity. I was stripped of my dignity as a person because I was treated less than an animal. I almost felt like she wanted me to suffer because as she watched me suffer, she understands. As a licensed nurse, you understand that there could be, labor is hard, very hard. Sometimes it could become fatal giving birth. And knowing that, she still pushed me out to an attempt of anything that could happen to me and my child. It could have been fatal.
I think one of the things that is super, super important that we keep in mind is that despite the fact that Ms. Wells was sharing with the nurse that she was having contractions at 1 minute apart and was in extreme pain, and as a prior mother was aware that she was in active labor and about to give birth, she was still turned away. And the basis for why she was sent away was that there were doctor's orders discharging her. The problem is that Ms. Wells never saw a doctor when she was being discharged. So how could a doctor give orders that never saw her? That's a concern for us. I know it's a concern for both of them. I think it's important that we talk about what that experience was like in just driving away from the hospital. Realize roughly 8 minutes after they were sent away, Mr. Wells had to pull to the side of the road and somehow give birth to his daughter. And I think you should speak to that.
It was God's grace. It's totally God's grace. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I don't have any medical license or anything to deliver a baby. I was just scared. I didn't know what to do. And literally seeing my baby's head. And we had to go in, and I started pushing. I kind of tugged and pulled a little bit, and baby came out. And just didn't know what to do. I just prayed and asked God for guidance. And it was just tough doing that thing. And I'm just, now it's, the what ifs is kicking in, and my mind is not in the right space. Our mind is not in the right space because there's a lot of stuff could have happened to us and my wife and my child and me driving. It was just, it's sad.
And we're aware that Franciscan has elected to make a statement. And in the statement that they made, they state that because of their internal policies, they're not able to make a statement. But we're not really looking for them to make a statement. We're not looking to try and have this. We're not looking to invade their investigation. But what we are really looking for is for them to take accountability. Can we agree that a woman that is in active labor shouldn't be sent away? Can we agree on that? Can we agree that a woman should not be deprived, or a person should not be deprived of health care just because of their gender or their race or their economic status? Can we agree on that? Can we agree that a woman in active labor should not be sent away without first being seen by a doctor? We should be able to agree on that. And Franciscan should be able to agree on that. This is something that should have never, ever happened. When they tell me about what they experienced, and it is abhorrent, abhorrent. This man literally was driving at 45, 50 miles an hour, and he sees his daughter's head emerging and doesn't know what to do. He shouldn't have never been in that situation.
Minutes away from the hospital, we pulled off, and this is what happened. As a medical professional, how can you send someone away that's in pain? Even that, just that alone should be enough. So, and I just couldn't imagine it happening to anyone, but experiencing it just shows me that it must be common. I know I wasn't the first person that this happened to. I seen it in Texas days before, and then it was happening to me. So I know it's happened for her, and it's going to continue until everyone speaks up and advocates for each other, advocates for the problem, and take a stand to the situation, because we should not still be experiencing stuff like this in our country.
Mr. Wells, you were with her when she was being wheeled out at that time?
I was.
What did you say to the staff?
I couldn't say nothing, because if I would have said something, it would have been not the right thing. We trust God. So I told her, children of God, it's gonna be all right. That's why I was in my hand. Before that recording, she cried unbearably. Like, it was a cry that I couldn't imagine, pleading to this day. And I was so upset, but I didn't want me to get upset. I didn't want to show it. I want to remain calm for my family. And I was just rushing to get to the car so I could pull it up and get my wife to the nearest good hospital.
You've had other children. So did you explain to her that I know what this feels like? I've been through this before. I need help.
Absolutely. I told her it was my fourth child. It's my fourth girl vaginally. So I've had children before. So she knew that. She knew that, as you have more children, naturally labor becomes more progressive. So it could go from 3 centimeters to 10 in a matter of a minute. And a lot of people know that. But this is what she does, but she didn't know that. Or she didn't care which one, right? So it was on purpose. She's in a field where she shouldn't be, because it's supposed to be where you have compassion. That's one of the number one things you're supposed to have as a nurse. And then the doctor never showed her face, so I was never assessed by a doctor. It was just, you gotta go because the doctor said you're not in labor, because I told her you're not in labor, pretty much.
Have you been to this hospital before?
I had my 2-year-old.
To give birth there,
I knew the hospital I thought the hospital was a good hospital. I had my 2-year-old at the previous location there, and yeah, I didn't expect none of this. I thought it was a Christian-based facility, which they claim to be, but they didn't treat me with care at all. So it was totally different people, I guess. I don't know. We were surprised to be treated so horribly. Very surprised. Didn't expect it at all.
Given the statistics that are pretty widely known with Black women when they're going into labor, I know you were worried about your baby, but I'm curious if you were afraid for your own life at the same time.
Absolutely, because, we've heard of mothers dying giving birth. We've heard of the children not making it. So it could have gone anyway. And I wasn't being cared for by a professional. I was on my own with my husband to assist me. So, yeah, I would have never thought that I would be put out of a place that is paid to do this job and vowed to do this job, and stripping me of, pushing me out of their facility, stripping me of my dignity, not caring that I'm in agony. I couldn't believe it. Thinking back, I still can't believe it, that they did that to me. And everyone stood around to witness this, all the staff, and no one said a word.
Can you give us a timeline of when you arrived at the hospital, kind of what happened beforehand, just so we get a sense of how this kind of stretched over, how long you were at the hospital before they decided to basically kick you out?
Okay, well, overall, I was at the hospital for 6 hours. We got there at midnight. I went up, and I was in labor and delivery for maybe 5.5, almost 6 hours. So yeah, that's how long we were there. And by the time we had the baby, it was 6:28. So we walked out of the hospital at 6:20 in the morning, Sunday morning, and the baby came 8 minutes later.
Were you headed to community? Is that what you were headed
Yeah,
to?
once, we decided we're just going to leave, not try to stay, then yeah, we were headed to community.
Were you surprised that you hadn't seen a doctor in that 6 hour time period?
I was, because I never had experienced that either. Going to the hospital, period, I was always assessed by a doctor. And since I'm in labor, I believe that, there should be a doctor in labor and delivery, right? No one came in the room, not a doctor. I never heard a doctor's voice. She said the doctor said, so I guess there was a doctor there, but I never seen a doctor.
How's the baby doing now?
She's good.
Did you
She's
pick a
doing
name?
good. Mm-hmm. Alina.
Mr. Wells, how are you feeling about after all of this? I mean, you had to be there to be the one to receive your daughter inside of that car, which I'm assuming is not something you expected.
No, not at all. It's a lot of emotions, a lot of mixed emotions. I'm grateful that she's here. She's fine. But who's to say, her being birthed the way she was, nothing perspires in the future. But I'm mentally messed up because as a husband, as a father, protector, I felt like I couldn't do nothing. Inside the hospital where proper things should have been done when the baby comes out. Like, my hands was unsanitary of holding the wheel of a car. Like, it wasn't right. It was not, I felt less than human. This should never happen. And even with the nurse, like she said, with the nurse staff, everybody looking. The nurse that wheeled us down, we had 2 nurses and a security guard because they just knew we was gonna just act up. And that wasn't our nurse. The nurse that kneeled us down. We didn't see our nurse after that. After they discharged her, put the discharge papers on her legs, and even handed to her, put it on her legs on the bed. After they did that, she just disappeared. But
did you put yourself in the wheelchair? Did someone come in?
I had to ask for one. I'm like, can we even get a wheelchair? And they're like, oh yeah, I get a wheelchair for you. And, a couple minutes passed, and they got a wheelchair, and then.
For background, why did you choose that hospital? Was it the closest, I assume?
It was the closest hospital to us at the time, so yeah, that's why we went there.
Where do you all live?
We live in Illinois.
You live in Illinois?
Don't.
Okay. Were you in Northwest Indiana?
At the time, yep. We was riding through because we had just came from somewhere. So, yeah, we were right around there.
How close
So that's why I called him.
Yeah. When was your due date?
Due date was supposed to be November 29th.
Oh, good.
So I was 2 weeks away from 40 weeks
Yeah.
pregnant. And so 38 weeks you could have a baby, which is more common.
Were you able to get in contact with your OBGYN in the 6 hours that you were there, or not?
No, it was midnight, so I guess she wasn't on call. So
What does accountability look like for the both of you? What does that mean?
at least a phone call from the hospital to say sorry.
To start off.
To start.
I mean, that some type of justice, and it changed for everybody, not just us and our family. For our whole community, like everybody, it needs to change. because it's just not with pregnancies. It's other, things that happen to people, coming to the hospital and don't leave out. It's I mean, this is a change. That's the biggest thing to change.
Are you seeking some type of legal remedy for this?
So we're weighing all of the options that are available to them. Accountability does look like a meeting with the family. We're calling for a meeting with the administrators at Franciscan. Accountability looks like making certain that the woman that made the decision to kick her out of this hospital doesn't work there anymore. She shouldn't work there anymore. Accountability looks like reviewing your protocols to determine whether or not in the future you're going to allow a woman in active labor to be removed from the hospital without first seeing a doctor. And there may be other things, but right now what we do know is that this is an endemic problem. It's happening all across the country. And frankly, in talking to Mr. and Mrs. Wells, they're grateful for having overcome it, but they're tired of it. And I know that they want to see changes there. So to the degree that they have the platform now that they didn't ask for, they are going to look to try and force some of these hospitals to reevaluate the way they do business.
Outside of the public statement, have you guys been in touch with the hospital since this experience?
No.
No, haven't heard from them at all. And again, I want you to analyze that statement. Their statement says we can't make a statement because of public policy reasons and HIPAA reasons and because of our own internal processes. They make the suggestion that somehow these folks are trying to invade their investigation or inhibit their investigation when their investigation centers around these folks. When you make these platitudes, when you do this, it undercuts your credibility. And it's frustrating and it's demeaning. And they don't deserve that. They didn't deserve to be accompanied by security. Security. As they're being kicked out of the hospital. How is that okay? That's not okay. It can't be okay.
Mrs. Wells, can you talk about, and even Mr. Wells, you touched on it, the discharge. What was the reason they were giving you that 8 minutes later you end up giving birth basically on the side of the road? What were they telling you again?
The nurse said that I wasn't in active labor because I didn't
Doctor's
progress.
orders.
Oh yeah, and it was doctor's orders to be discharged because of that.
I'm just having a hard time conceiving of 1 minute apart, and how does that not active labor?
So are we. So are we. I mean, the reality of it is that she is in absolute pain. She's having contractions as she's walking. 1 minute apart, she's telling the nurse that this is the case. She's a prior mother, so she knows what it's like. And as a result of that, she should have at least been given some sort of care. Instead, she's met with people saying, go, leave. And 8 minutes later, on the side of the road, this man has to give birth to his daughter. By the grace of God, it went well. Thank God it went well. What would have happened if it didn't?
Your daughter is Alina or Elena?
Alina.
Alina. You thought about when she's older how you'll talk about the story of how she came into this world?
I haven't thought about how to tell her about it, but when she finds out, wow.
I know that she should say she should know her parents are heroes. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
How are the older sisters doing?
They're good.
They're
They're
good.
good. They're grateful that everything's okay.
They're still worried about me and their dad.
Yeah. They know our mental is not right now. Not in a good space.
Have you ever experienced something like this before? Not necessarily as it relates to giving birth, but I mean, when dealing with medical professionals, was this a first for you? Was this?
Yeah, this is absolutely the first time this has happened to me. Yeah, to me. But I'm pretty sure it's common. Well, I've seen how common it is in the Black community, so I know that it happens often. I just never thought it would happen to me.
When did you know there was a problem, that sense that you got that this is not going right?
When they put me in triage and I told her that I was like actively in labor, And she walked in and said, well, I'm gonna check you in about 2.5 hours. If you haven't progressed, we're gonna send you home. Like, she began with that. That was one of the first sentences she said to me when she seen me when I went up, so.
And then they kept you, because you were progressing.
Yeah, exactly. And she seen me with my contractions. She knew that I was having contractions with the monitor, so she seen the contractions back to back. So, I don't know.
And it was only one person checking on you the
Yeah.
entire time? And it was the same person, but they were not there when you were exiting the hospital?
Exactly. So once she gave me the discharge papers, I didn't see her again. Like when I came out in the nurse's station, it was a group of them out there, and she wasn't anywhere to be found.
And I may have missed this. Did you ever go to labor and delivery, or did you?
Not a labor and delivery room, no. I was in a triage room.
After you delivered the baby, did you go to the other hospital, continue on to the other hospital to be checked out, or what happened after that?
Yeah, we got to community hospital, and they greeted us with love. And yeah, they took care of us really well. They did.
Well, thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you mind if we get the spelling of everyone's name?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Please go ahead.
Whose name?
Your name.
Just, yeah, just say it.
Mercedes Wells, Mercedes.
And your baby's spelling of the name, Alina?
Alena.
And then you just spelled the last name as well. Just.
Wells.
Okay, Ms. Wells.
Leon Wells, Leon,
Okay. Thank you.
Cannon, CANNONLAMBERT, senior, and then Trevor Rogers.
Trevor Rogers, TREVOR, last name ROGERS.
We'll share with you.
How old you are? Sorry.
I'm 38.
38?
We'll share a picture of Elena with you in a few moments.
Who was taking the video inside the hospital? I presume you were taking the video inside the car. Who was taking the video inside the hospital when you were in the...
My mother.
Your mom was? Was mom in the car with you when everything was happening?
We drove in separate cars to the hospital.
And she was heading to the hospital as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Your mom had to be very upset as well, I would imagine.
Yeah. That's why she pulled her camera out. Like, no, let's... Yeah.
Do you think if she did not do that, that you all would feel you have a strong case?
No.
Probably not, because our voices are not heard, even for pain and agony. So, yeah, it was important and probably the best thing to make sure that it was on video. Because our word is clearly not enough.
Cannon, have you filed any court documents trying to get any internal documents and video from the hospital?
So the Wells family they understand that there is a long process ahead of us. And so we haven't filed anything yet because we are hoping to have conversations with Franciscan. We are hoping that they will come to the table and talk to them about the things that they are most interested in. They are interested in seeing policy changes. That's what my directive is to try and find a way to see something like that occur. Now, if that doesn't happen, then there's one other method that we have, and that might be forced on us. But at this juncture, we know what happened. There's no, seeing her walk around in video at the hospital for an hour isn't really of any consequence to us because we know what transpired. We know how they got treated. So there are certain things that we feel like we have a solid understanding of.
Cannon, lastly, can you just say the name of the law firm and your...
Oh, sure. Karchmar and Lambert. I'm one of the managing partners. If you all want to do this favor for me, if you want to give me your emails, I can, or your numbers, I can text you the photograph. Elena. Sorry.
I have a question.
Of course.
I'm with the post-tribune of
Hi.
I didn't know if I could just have something in writing saying that we could use the video either from you or...
Of course.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.